What is up, people? Happy Monday. How are you all? It's been a while, but I'm back with new hair. I've got Paul today, so we'll take you along for that as well. And yeah, I'm just waiting for Coco outside. It's absolutely freezing, but I thought it'd just be a good idea to currently show you what I'm working with. I'm currently maintaining my weight. I'm currently sitting around 155 to 156 pounds, fluctuating between that through the week. And I have been for a couple of weeks. I am happy with that. I lost a lot of weight and a lot of strength while I was kind of in the depths of unmedicated graves, and I'm happy there currently while I kind of just maintain my weight and focus on bringing my strength up and getting some muscle back, and then give it a couple months and maybe I might do another cut, but at the moment it's not my priority. My priority is getting healthy, giving my body what it needs to kind of rebuild itself and recover. So yeah, that is the goal at the moment. And I have been tracking for the last couple of weeks. I'm not tracking now. Again, we've kind of wanted to maintain. I just needed to know how much I was needing to eat daily. I know roughly now, so I don't need to track. It burns me out way too much with the autism and everything. So yeah, I know roughly what I need to eat. I'm still meal prepping, and yeah, my protein has been horrible. My protein intake with being ill, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying to work on that. So yeah, let's get some breakfast. Breakfast isn't going to be anything amazing. I still don't really want to eat anything this time in the morning, but I am going to the gym soon, so I need to get at least some carbs in me. So let's go. Good morning. Would you like to say anything? Would you like to say hello? Somebody has the morning zoomies. She is 15 in a couple weeks. Can you believe it? You waiting for your breakfast? 60 grams of cereal. Got 260 ml of semi-skim milk in here. I will have about 200 ml of that milk, and I always save a bit for Coco because it's her breakfast too. I don't actually have a lot of cereal, but since I've been ill, it's been my lifesaver with kind of getting food in me. It got to the point where I was still struggling to eat anything, and I needed something quick, easy, and I could get a lot of calories in. Cereal is very good depending on what type of cereal you have. You can get a lot of carbs in. Obviously, if you pair it protein powder or protein shake, you can increase your protein a little bit. There's a little bit in the milk, but this time in the morning and just before training, my priority is just getting carbs in because I want to have a good session, especially because I've been feeling so shit. Protein is a work in progress. I'm not gonna lie. I've gone from practically zero, and I'm not going to go 0 to 100 overnight. It's going to be trying to build myself back up with my progressing appetite. I just want to get some carbs in me for a good session. That is my kind of priority at the moment. It's just fueling for training. And I've got 60, I don't track, I'm not tracking anymore, but I still weigh my food. I still think everyone should weigh their food so they know how much they are intaking. A serving of that cereal is 30 grams, is 113 calories. I've got 60 grams, so if you do the maths, 226 calories, and that's kind of perfect for me, with semi-skim milk as well. I've got a coffee, and although, like I said, I don't track, I do advocate that everyone should have an idea of what they're consuming. If it is too toxic for your mentality, like it can bring out a lot of old tendencies in me, just do it. If you've never tracked before and you think you're going to struggle, I do kind of advise doing it for a week. Obviously, this isn't medical advice. If you struggle, go to see a medical professional, but I say do it for a week, just so you know what you're intaking, and you've got kind of a foundation of what you can work off of where you need to pull back, if you need to pull forward, whatever your goal is. And yeah, it's really helpful. It goes with kind of weighing stuff as well and measuring stuff. You can't, unless you've been tracking for years, you aren't going to know what you kind of. You can't trust your eyeballing skills because their eyes are bigger than our belly, and that goes for most people. So if you haven't got any scales, then invest in some scales. Coco is squeaking. Let's have a quick spoonful. That is good cereal. And we are off to the gym. I am going to have to grab a drink from the gym, which I don't like to out the vending machines because it's quite expensive, but I'm out of pre-workout, so I do need to get some at some point, even if it's just a cheap one to tie me over until I can get a decent one, but I can't justify spending the money yet. But I need caffeine, so yes, I'm gonna have to do that if we want a decent session. But I've got pull, so I'm hoping I'm gonna have a decent session. I've woke up quite stiff the last couple of days. I've changed my program round and I'm just feeling it. It'll take me a week or so to get into it, and I slept funny. I've hurt my shoulder and my arm a bit, so my tendinopathy's playing up a little, but it is what it is. It'll kind of calm down, but I'm hoping I'm going to have a good session. I have got my program. I can't tell you without looking. I think we start off with a row. I think it might be unilateral plate loaded. We'll find out when I look at my program. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to be feeling somewhat strong now I've got some carbs in me. I'm really trying not to get disheartened because of the losing my strength. I'm really feeling it at the moment. I can't lift and shift the weight like I used to. I know it will come back, but it's disheartening when you kind of step foot back in there and you've lost so much. It's tough, but I know it won't be forever. I'm really just trying to focus at the moment on me feeling good, the graves, and my body kind of feeling good and just feeling strong, and not in the sense of I'm lifting a lot of weight, but moving the weight I can comfortably and just striving for progressive overload. Even if it's just a rep each week, I'll be happy with that. And as far as my body goes at the moment, I've lost a lot of muscle, but I'm gaining it back, and I'm in a kind of period at the moment where I'm okay with how I look, which is very surprising really, because I've never been okay with how I look. So there's that. Yeah, so I'm optimistic. Frustrated at times, but I'm trying to keep an optimistic outlook. Yeah. And we are in the gym. So I did start off with this chest supported row. Out of the back machines in this gym, this is probably one of the best machines for back, in my opinion. Any gym I've been in, this is usually what I gravitate towards, or if I'm in Foundry, I like an underhand row as well. But I really do enjoy this. I've got to make work what I've got, and this is it. And the plan is to build this up to a solid, I'd like at least 3 plates a side, which I think is doable with my strength as it builds back up. Yeah, this is one of my favourite exercises. I get a good pump, good feel, good contraction. I can play around with the kind of grip width, and yeah, it just feels good. So, got to work with what you've got. Then moved on to some barbell row. This used to be my primary, but I did switch over just because I prefer the chest supported row for mind to muscle connection and actually working the specific target areas, but I do keep this in because it is a good exercise. Then moved on to some lat pull down. By this point I was exhausted and my back was ruined, but it felt good. Again, going to build this back up. It's been a while since I've had been on a proper lat pull down machine, and it felt good. I then finished with some arms. I used to just do biceps when I do pull, but I do triceps now as well because it's arms. I'm a little gym rat, what can you say? So yeah, I did finish with some arms, which I didn't record, but it was a good workout, so I can't complain. Alright, so session is done, and that's probably the best session I've had thus far. And yeah, I'm happy with that session. Everything felt pretty good. I'm trying to get used to training in a busy gym again. Until obviously we get the garage gym kitted out, I do need to be in the gym. One, social skills, because I wasn't kind of speaking to anyone. Yeah, it was a really good session. Really happy with that. Felt strong. It's the strongest I've felt in a bit, and I actually got somewhat of a pump, so that is a positive, yay. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to training in a busy gym again, because as much as I say we need kind of social interaction, I don't like training with people, and I know that is a very bad trait. That's the autism coming out in me, and I'm very self-aware of that now. There are things I'm noticing, I'm like, okay, this is why, kind of XYZ. I kind of isolated myself when I was kind of in the depths of the depths of struggling with Graves' disease. I was struggling a lot, and I did kind of isolate myself away, and so I've got to get used to kind of training around the general public again, which isn't fun, if I'm being honest. Probably won't be at this gym long term, just until settle into work and kind of, you know, get back into a routine of feeling well and all that. It's kind of, might look at maybe like a Foundry gym around here or a more private gym. This is just convenient at the moment, you know, it's cheap and it's 24/7, which is what I need because of training early in the mornings around Coco. She is my priority in being there for her, so I train before work. So yeah, it's kind of got to just take it what it is, but I'm still getting a good workout, so that is the main thing. And yeah, it was a really good workout. I couldn't really speak much. I put my mic on and my mic's got like 5% battery, so that died very quickly. So sick, yeah. But I'm going to go home now. I need to go to Sainsbury's and pick up a couple things, and I will see you guys in a bit.